Okay, it's time to up your influence, and we're going to do that with one very magical, mashed up word, and that word is LinkedIn. Now, I need to repent because when I spoke on how to use social media to get lots of traditional media at Social Media Marketing World this year, 2017, I was rather dismissive of LinkedIn, and I apologize. I have drank the Kool-Aid. I have really had a come to Jesus meeting in regards to LinkedIn. LinkedIn and I met, and we had our issues. We sorted it out, and I got the vision. And I also want to thank Stephanie Sammons for her book on LinkedIn and being influential on LinkedIn. And that was also very helpful. But here's another thing, though. LinkedIn is experiencing a little bit of a renaissance. It's coming back into favor. I've talked to a lot of people in social media, and I don't want to get ahead of myself because I'm supposed to follow an outline here. I'm supposed to be reading along with the article. That's the purpose of this video. So again, it seems that the social media platform for pros is experiencing somewhat of a renaissance, as I just said. So it's cool again to take LinkedIn seriously. Now, after more questions from audiences, we recently added professional LinkedIn reviews to the site here. So you'll see, and I believe that's at our gold level. That's when as of when I'm recording this video. So you can look on our product page and you can take a look at exactly how that works. But we do LinkedIn makeovers. And I'm going to talk about why that's so important, because we want to empower our members in helping them impress influencers, media, and customers. So let's talk LinkedIn. It's a social media platform with more power ties than Facebook and less, but still some sleepy kitten videos than Snapchat. Now, you probably already know that this is an important space for job seekers and HR professionals, but a strong LinkedIn showing has become vitally important for business owners and entrepreneurs as well. Why? Well, to answer that, let's start by looking around. Now, with over 400 million members worldwide, 1 out of 3 professionals in the United States can be found there. That seems awfully low to me, to be honest with you. Who gave me this information? All right. So I can't think of a single person. Well, maybe it's like if they're completely MIA from the internet, they might not be on there. And I guess that depends on what the definition of a professional is. But I think it's way more than 1 out of 3 professionals. That's just my opinion. Now, those figures include everyone from the CEOs, thought leaders, and media professionals you'd like to attract to the potential employees you'd like to hire. And yes, even the customers you'd like to collect money from, especially if you're in the B2B space. Now, not only are those people here, but more importantly, they are actually engaged. LinkedIn members tend to be an ambitious lot, and they're here to make connections and share knowledge. Add a crazy powerful internal search engine and publishing capabilities and make it easy to create and share your content. And LinkedIn is now the biggest and the best professional branding and networking platform around. Now, if you aren't going big here, you're really missing out. Said another way, this place is not just a resume depository anymore. In fact, what Facebook is to your personal brand and like your B2C kind of presence, LinkedIn should be to your professional brand. Now, when done right, a LinkedIn profile can and will do at least 3 big things for you. Number 1, it's going to bring in inbound sales leads. Number 2, it's going to help you carve out and expand credibility and authority within your chosen space. And 3, and perhaps most importantly from a PR perspective, it's going to provide a way for real-life connections to vet you and verify you. Now, LinkedIn has incredibly valuable real estate on Google. When someone searches for you, chances are that your LinkedIn page will be among the top 2 results. Now, this is actually great news as it allows you to drive the conversation about you. All good stuff, right? Well, the key phrase here is when done right. And almost everyone can improve somehow. I just went through a major LinkedIn overhaul, and I know that there's still stuff that we'll want to do on LinkedIn. Now, so let's start by taking a look at the 5 simple things you can do right now, to polish up your profile and start building your presence on LinkedIn. But before we get started, I'm going to make one simple yet vital suggestion. When revamping your profile, there's likely going to be a lot of tinkering in your future. So head into your dashboard, head into privacy, and make sure sharing profile edits is switched to off. Now, this is going to save your connections from getting bombarded with alerts every time you make changes or add new information. Now, let's get going, shall we? Number 1, complete your profile. Duh. All right. Now, this tip seems ridiculously obvious, but according to LinkedIn, according to Linked for Influence author Stephanie Sammons, thank you, Stephanie, read your book. I appreciate everything I learned from there. A majority of LinkedIn members don't actually complete their profile. Most people fill out the broad strokes and then get a little sloppy when it comes to the details. And that's a huge wasted opportunity. Now, search results within the site are tied to relevancy. So every interest you add, professional group you're a member of, video you could post on your video, did I not read that right? Professional group you are a member of, video you can post. All right. We need some proofreading here. Hopefully it's fine if you're reading along with me. All right, but it's going to boost your search results later on. Now, according to internal research, those with completed profiles are 40 times more likely to receive opportunities in the way of connections and referrals. So, go back to your account and fill out every last section in as much detail as you can muster. Now, really stretch to add as many accomplishments, skills, and interests along volunteer experiences and internal LinkedIn groups as you can. Now, the site allows you to join up to 50. Now, when working through these sections, think of your skills and interests as a way to form your own narrative. You don't want to be getting endorsements from Microsoft Word. I used to. All right. And eventually, if you've been doing more of that, hopefully you won't get those kind of endorsements anymore. All right. So again, you're forming your own narrative. You're going to tell others what you should be known for. And a little note about LinkedIn groups. This space provides a place for professionals in the same industry or with similar interests to share content, find answers, post and view jobs, make business contacts, and establish themselves as industry experts. They are definitely worth joining and spending some regular time within. Hopefully you're actively engaged in Facebook groups. Well, it's kind of the same thing. It's one of the best and fastest ways for the entrepreneur to build authority and brand recognition within your chosen space. You can browse groups by keyword or start by looking around at the industry leaders you admire. What groups are they in? Start there. Number 2, Vanity is good. Now, LinkedIn makes grabbing your Vanity URL a relatively painless 4-step process. It's another simple thing many users overlook. Now, once you go through the trouble of creating a profile, you're going to want to share it. But a string of random numbers and letters with a URL attached on a business card just doesn't have the same zing that your actual name does. Of course, lock down your first and last name if it's possible, but probably no longer possible if you haven't done this earlier. Now, if you can't, get as close to it as you can. If you are that unfortunate John Smith, although I don't think I've ever met one in real life, I hear they're quite popular, you're going to have to dig around and add something like your profession, your business name, or city to the URL. I wouldn't do city, just in case you move around. All right, now do you have a tagline or moniker that might fit in here somewhere? Try it. If all else fails, add a number to the end. Whatever you do, don't make the mistake millions of AOL users did and keep away from descriptors like sexy or foxy. Those names will haunt you for decades. All right. You're not always going to be sexy or foxy. Oh, all right. Number 3, picks or didn't happen. All right. Choose, as those Head and Shoulders dandruff shampoo commercials from the 80s taught us, you never have the second chance to make a first impression. Your LinkedIn profile pick is so vitally important because unlike with Facebook, by the way, I'm kidding about the sexy or foxy thing. I know you, if you're watching this video, you're sexy or foxy for life. All right. That's There, I've given you that. I've given you that blessing. All right. Now your LinkedIn profile pic is vitally important because unlike with Facebook, you aren't constantly updating new photos of yourself to display different aspects of your personality. Now with your profile picture, you want to walk a fine line between authoritative professional, someone could envision giving their time and money to, and the approachable individual, a person with an actual personality. Now the best way to do this is really easy. Just smile in your photo. You aren't a coal miner sitting for a photo portrait in the 1800s, and you're afraid if you smile, the camera's going to steal your soul or something. Now, research has shown time and again that we humans are drawn to others that look warm and approachable. And the 1,000-yard stare of a DMV photo, yeah, that's not going to accomplish that. So, on the other hand, keep your photo business casual, frame it from the shoulders up, and while it might work on Tinder, no one here wants to see you on a fishing boat holding up that striped bass. On other hand, I don't think that would work on Tinder very well either. Now, truthfully, the best tip I can offer in this department is just to go hire a professional and take the shots. They have the editing software to make you look like $1 million. But if you don't want to take it that far, just no selfies. And no having a selfie stick, because that doesn't make it any better. Now, let's talk about background. Also, add a background photo to your picture. It's a great way to visually capture your audience's attention. The picture could be generic, but if you find something that speaks to your professional personality or showcases your work environment or features your brand, then go for it. Do you have a company or personal tagline or phrase that you'd like to hit your audience with? Use it as your background image. You can take a look at mine on LinkedIn. I've got it linked on this page somewhere, and go look and see what I'm doing. That works for me. You may do something completely different, right? It's prime real estate, your background image on your LinkedIn profile. Just make sure the background images and the profile picture don't clash. Like you don't want to have your face here and then your face like right above you or something like that, which is unfortunately what I used to do. I'm glad I went through my own makeover. Number 4, media is your friend. A picture tells 1,000 words, but a video speaks them out loud for you, which is why I'm doing this video. Now, you really need to make an intro video. A simple video about 2 minutes in length is a key piece of your profile and something most people on LinkedIn skip. This is yet another chance to introduce yourself to your audience and tell your story. You can do anything from talk directly to your viewer into the camera. Hi, I'm Josh Elledge. Or have someone off screen ask you a few questions, faux documentary style. So here are some things to think about when you're working on this clip. Why do you do what you do? Where did your passion come from? Do you have a funny origin story? Do you have any funny or inspirational stories about working with clients that are shareable to public audiences? I want you to dig deep here. A video is one of the best opportunities LinkedIn will give you to differentiate and sell yourself. How many times do you go to someone's LinkedIn page and they've got a video there for you to watch? It's not that often. So if you have it, again, we want to make sure you're very memorable. This is all about upping your influence. Now, after you've made your first video and you're feeling pretty confident, why not play on advanced mode and try to shoot some quick testimonials featuring clients? Do you have someone in mind who wouldn't mind participating? Now think about the clients you've helped the most and have dynamic personalities. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask if they wouldn't mind participating in a little low budget feature for you. Now, think about where else you can use media and visuals to capture attention throughout your profile. All right. One of the best places will likely be within your work experience section. Now, the old newspaper dictate of show not tell still applies in the 21st century. Instead of telling us about your work experience, do you have any links to papers that you've written or others have written about you, maybe? Photos of workshops you put on, videos of speaking engagements you can add here. Think a bit and remember, a photo is worth 1,000 resume bullet points. Certainly if you've gotten some media, that's a great thing to include. And let's go finally with number 5, first things first. Now, this tip is last but certainly not least. When you're selling on LinkedIn, what you're selling on LinkedIn is really yourself. And you can't do that if the summary section of your profile sounds like it was written like a Wikipedia page. Chances are you, and not your personal biographer, are actually writing your LinkedIn profile. Third person, it ain't fooling anybody. And in fact, it's hurting you. Remember, your profile should have one major objective, and that's to let audiences know who you are and why they should want to know you, meet you, or do business with you. Now, most people mistakenly believe that writing in third person will lend credibility, as if you hired your own private biographer and all this gravitas to your professional persona to draw people in. In reality, all it does is just bore them. Now, remember our Facebook analogy. You wouldn't go on Facebook and type, Josh just had an amazing burger at Shake Shack. He also enjoyed the vanilla shake immensely. You don't talk about yourself in third person. You shouldn't do it on LinkedIn either. Now, make sure you and I are connected on all the social medias. And I want you to download, and it's all linked down below on this blog post page over at our website. I want you to download my 10 favorite PR tools to build authority and sales. Look for that. Grab it. I'm going to dig deeper into revealing the best strategies to tackle your summary section in a future video and article. And I'm going to email you when we have it done. So you got to get on my email list. Otherwise, I'm going to release it and you'll be like, oh yeah, I should stay in touch with that Josh guy. But then you didn't get on the email list, and I sent it out to the article. I sent it out to our email list, and you're like, oh yeah, I should have connected with that Josh guy. I wonder what he's doing. And it's like 3 years later. And meanwhile, your LinkedIn has been all jacked up. I don't want that to happen to you. So let's connect. Come on. I'm here to serve you. If you're serious about upping your influence, that's what I do. I take care of you. All right. And I do a lot of this pro bono. All right. Now, it's pretty critical to get this right in talking about your summary section. And if you do nothing else today, going back and replacing your name and the he's and she's with I or we, it's going to go a long way. Now, this should be more than enough homework to get you started. I'm going to say this one more time. Connect with me. I don't want you missing my future article and videos here when I tackle crafting a headline sure to get you noticed on the LinkedIn search engine. You're going to learn how to flip the script on your personal summary, turning it into a lean, mean, client-facing machine that will engage your audience. Now, if you need help, I'm here. My team is, well, they're not here in the room, but they're here virtually for you. So come visit me. Just come visit. It's okay. We're going to take care of you, and we will do a professional LinkedIn review for you at our goal for our gold and above members. Now, this is great because once you're in the club, we do the big old makeover with you, right? And let's say you do something great 3 months from now and you want to do updates to it. Well, as long as you remember, guess what? You get more free LinkedIn updates, which is called like reviews and makeovers, which is, again, part of what we do. It's one of like a gazillion different benefits that our members get. So again, come find me. All right, so let us know. We're going to give you a very thorough review. What we do is we give you a very thorough review, tell you how your content plays with influencers who are checking you out. We're going to talk about your authority and your influence. It makes all the difference when reaching out to investors, partners, and customers. LinkedIn can showcase your authority big time. So there you go. If you want the written version of this article, come check out our website. Like, as of when I'm recording, it's like, why is that dude not saying his website name? Like, while I'm recording this video, we are very, very strongly considering a renaming of our company. We were Upend PR. We have been upendpr.com, but it's possible we may have a new name. And while I think I know what that name is as of when I'm recording this, may not be there, but I think I know what it is. But you'll have to go find me and you'll see what the new name is if we indeed changed it. It's kind of exciting. You know what the name is. I'm not 100% sure. So anyway, I'm speaking to you in the future from the past. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this was super valuable. I hope you came up with a bunch of stuff that you can do to tweak your LinkedIn, and I hope that ends up making you a lot more money, build your audience, grow your engagement, and grow your influence.